The Lord gave this message to Jonah, son of Amittai.
Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh. Announce my judgment against it because I have seen how wicked its people are.
But Jonah got up and went in the opposite direction to get away from the Lord. He went down to the port of Joppa, where he found a ship leaving for Tarshish. He bought a ticket and went on board, hoping to escape from the Lord by sailing to Tarshish. But the Lord hurled a powerful wind over the sea, causing a violent storm that threatened to break the ship apart. Fearing for their lives, the desperate sailors shouted to their gods for help, and threw the cargo overboard to lighten the ship. But all this time, Jonah was sound asleep in the hold. So the captain went down after him.
How can you sleep at a time like this? Get up and pray to your God. Maybe he will pay attention to us and spare our lives.
Then the crew cast lots to see which of them had offended the gods and caused the terrible storm. When they did this, the lots identified Jonah as the culprit.
Why has this awful storm come down on us? Who are you? What is your line of work? What country are you from? What is your nationality?
I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the land.
The sailors were terrified when they heard this, for he had already told them he was running away from the Lord.
Why did you do it? What should we do to you to stop this storm?
Throw me into the sea, and it will become calm again. I know that this terrible storm is all my fault.
Then they cried out to the Lord, Jonah's God.
Lord, don't make us die for this man's sin, and don't hold us responsible for his death. O Lord, you have sent this storm upon him for your own good reasons.
Then the sailors picked Jonah up and threw him into the raging sea, and the storm stopped at once. The sailors were awestruck by the Lord's great power, and they offered him a sacrifice and vowed to serve him. Now the Lord arranged for a great fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Then Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from inside the fish.
I called to you from the land of the dead, and Lord, you heard me. You threw me into the ocean depths, and I sank down to the heart of the sea. The mighty waters engulfed me. I was buried beneath your wild and stormy waves. But you snatched me from the jaws of death. As my life was slipping away, I remembered the Lord, and my earnest prayer went out to you in your holy temple. I will offer sacrifices to you with songs and praise, and I will fulfill all my vows. For my salvation comes from the Lord alone.
Then the Lord ordered the fish to spit Jonah out onto the beach. The Lord spoke to Jonah a second time.
Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh, and deliver the message I have given you.
This time Jonah obeyed the Lord's command and went to Nineveh, a city so large that it took 3 days to see it all.
40 days from now, Nineveh will be destroyed.
The people of Nineveh believed God's message, and from the greatest to the least, they declared a fast and put on burlap to show their sorrow. When the king of Nineveh heard what Jonah was saying, he stepped down from his throne and took off his royal robes. He dressed himself in burlap and sat on a heap of ashes. Then the king sent a decree throughout the city.
No one, not even the animals from your herds, may eat or drink anything at all. People and animals alike must wear garments of mourning, and everyone must pray earnestly to God. They must turn from their evil ways and stop all their violence. Who can tell? Perhaps even yet God will change his mind and hold back his fierce anger from destroying us.
When God saw what they had done and how they had put a stop to their evil ways, he changed his mind and did not carry out the destruction he had threatened.